right, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to work together to search for performance matters here in the MCS app portal. And I want to select the staff option here. And when I do that, it's going to take me straight to my teacher dashboard in Performance Matters, where now I can look for the physical fitness assessment under the test menu here. So I'm going to click on the Assessment Manager. And the physical fitness test is actually an observational assessment. And it's an observational assessment because we're going to watch the students do these portions of the test and then record data about how many of the various exercises they were able to do or how fast they were able to complete them. Now, currently, this test window isn't open as I'm recording this, and so the action available to me to capture data isn't showing up because the window is not open. But after February 1st, that option or action shows up and I can capture data. But you can always come over here and practice using the tool by clicking Preview with fake students, demo students. And so they've got fake student IDs. And one of the first things I want you to know is you can clean up your view here. So what's focused view? So what it does is it cleans up the borders here, gets rid of all the crud at the top and the sides, makes it so you use your whole screen. So on a smaller laptop, that's really nice. Watch what happens when we go back. Notice all this other junk up at the top shows up. So if you have a little screen, focused view is really nice. Another option is manage columns. So sometimes having some additional bits of information is really helpful, like date of birth or age, or maybe having less, like you don't need the student ID and you have a small screen. Watch this, update columns. Now I have more room for entering data because I don't need their student ID numbers. And so another handy little tip for you here to make your life easier as you're inputting your students' measures or scores is to use this little filter student list button. It looks like a funnel of 3 smaller lines here, and you can actually filter for your specific class periods here. You just click and select what class or period you want to filter the student list by. Now, let's talk about entering data. So this year, some changes to make. We listened and we learned from talking to teachers. One of the things we heard was entering numbers or numerical codes for exemptions like absent or medical excuse for every single measure was annoying. So we're trying something new. We hope it works out. If a student is absent, you only need to put it in the exemption box here. So A for absent. I'm going to hit Tab and it takes me to the next box. Okay? However, if they do participate in one or more of the other measures, we do expect you to record their scores in those few measures they do participate in. We will assume that they were absent in the ones that are blank. Okay? Also, a change this year is runtime. Instead of having 3 different boxes for runtime, minutes, seconds, and then the complete time entry, we only have 1. So if it's 8 minutes and 13 seconds, I'm going to enter the exact time without the colon. So watch this, 8 minutes and 13 seconds is just 813, and I hit Tab. And there we go. Let me try another one, 9 minutes and 12 seconds. 912, no colon, hit Tab. Okay, so alternatively, if you give the pacer, you just put in the number of laps, okay, 17, Tab, and that's it. You should not do both of these though. It's either the pacer or runtime, one exercise or the other. So pacer's only an option at certain grade levels. Otherwise, high schools, you should be doing the runtime. Let's just keep that in mind. Okay. Curl-ups, push-ups is the number they can do. Flex arm hang time, you can enter a time. Trunk lift. And then you've got the shoulder stretch Left arm, right arm, did they pass or not pass? Alternatively, we have one or two schools that might do, instead of the shoulder stretch, they might have those boxes where you measure how many inches the students can reach and do, and you would put in those inches here. So you might put in, say, 13 inches, and then you just hit tab, and it will record those number of inches. Lastly here, if for any reason a student is absent or medical excuse, we do expect you, just as you would on your paper, to enter in some kind of comment. If anything goes on with the student during the PFT where you might jot down a little comment, this is very helpful because every couple of years we go through federal program monitoring for a number of different reasons in the district, not just physical fitness testing. But they do come back and ask us, well, why didn't the student complete testing or participate at all? They give us a random list of students, maybe 50 to 70 students across the whole district, and they expect us to come back and give them detailed records as to why these students didn't complete testing. They want attendance records and notes and all sorts of things. So if you say maybe this student had a broken arm, and maybe this student had maybe left out of country on 11/13, or maybe more realistically, we'd say Feb 7. Okay, those little things help because then when we get asked later, we've got a permanent record here and you don't have to try to remember a year and a half later when we come asking what happened. So we just gave you a place to record this right here, and you've got only one place to put in exemption codes. You don't have to remember what's a 100 or a 200 or a 300 anymore. You just click the letter A or the letter M or letter I for IEP. Okay. Let me show you what that looks like. And it's that easy. And you only have to do it one time. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to us at the help desk, 574-8600, and we're here to help. Have a great day.